Yeah, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Puneet Sabharwal. I'm the Assistant Director of Canon India, taking care of the System Integration Division. And this topic is very relevant to us because we are very much in line with this requirement of education, the emerging opportunity of the country. This happens to be one of the most important topics, the most hot topics across in India today, where government is spending a lot of money and everything is getting connected so well that we as an organization has a lot to offer in this particular domain. Well, you just heard about the Delhi perspective today. The speaker just before me told you. I'm going to speak about Indian perspective as to what India is all about. India, with a population of approximately 1.2 billion, around 6 lakh 38,000 villages all across, has a huge potential today with 35 states. We don't call it a country actually. India is a continent, so to be called. When we look at India, India has 13 crore total population which goes to the primary school, 13.8 crores precisely, and 7 crores goes in the higher secondary education level schools. So around 20 crore of this population goes into the schools, and these schools are some way connected to the ICT, that is the information communication technology. Now, India is a country of grand contradictions. While it is a global leader in the knowledge economy today, ladies and gentlemen, actually India, the brains are superb today. Our people are present all across the world where a lot of IT innovations are taking place, and India is ranked among the top over there across the world. It is also home, it is very, very disheartening to say that it is also home for more than half of the world's poor population, and in which the woman is the major lot in this. This is actually very, very sad. So looking at it, ICT will play a very major role in this country to take our population from this orbit to the next orbit. So this is one very, very important criteria. However, access to ICTs is still limited because of the physical infrastructure like power, electricity, and the bandwidth is not there, the connectivity is not there basically. So when we look at India as a continent, India has a huge role. Now, ICT in education. ICT as a subject, it could be broken into 3 different variants over here. One is ICT as a subject, where a computer is made as a subject for various students to study at various level, right from the preliminary, the class 1 student gets into the computer education and goes up to maybe college level. ICT as a tool to support the traditional studies, computer-based learning. And the third one is ICT as an administrative tool. Now, we as an organization, we as Canon, suppose I have to project Canon here for various endeavors, what ICT can be innovated further with my kind of requirement. We keep getting a lot of requirements from various organizations, like there are there are some special organizations in this country which are only targeted towards the education sector. These are 3 big organizations called Educom, Everon, and NIT. Now we keep getting a lot of requirements from these organizations in terms of scanners, printers, multimedia projectors, because today the world is evolving towards bandwidth, the displays, and basically to get online with each and every activity which is going across in the country. India shows enormous geographical and demographic disparity. In ICT, India has one of the largest ICT forces of the world. Let me tell you that also, because being 1.2 billion, as I told you, it's a continent. A lot of schemes have been run by Government of India, like Vidyarthi Computer Scheme was there, the Shikshak Computer Scheme was there, and the school computer schemes were there. Now, ICT is basically present in 3 components of R, we call it. 3 R's of ICT. We call it the reading skill. So ICT plays a very major role there, because in reading, when someone gets hooked to a laptop or a computer, he immediately goes into the web and he starts surfing onto an engine called Google, and then he starts reading something or the other. So that reading skill is there. Then the writing skill. The writing skill is again a very, very important ingredient in the ICT, because in computers again there are a lot of ways actually where a student can develop his own skills on the PowerPoint, on the Word document, and other maybe Excel sheets. And the third is the arithmetic skill. Now, arithmetic skill is again very, very important because based on the big education companies emerging today, the element is basically on the electronic digitization. Now, there are a lot of things being connected to education now over here. Let me give you a perspective slightly beyond education. Now, there are a lot of schemes being run by Government of India in various ITC projects, like Rural Development Scheme. Recently, there was a big project in Maharashtra. We call it Maharashtra Online. Now, that is for rural development. Now, a lot of all the villages, there are around 27,800 villages in Maharashtra. All these villages are going to get hooked to a common server. And there are a lot of CSCs, the community service centers. Now, suppose I want my ration card, I want my birth certificate, I want a death certificate of someone, that everything is online. So these all are the basic initiatives that Government of India is taking to make everything online, transparent, available to each and every individual in this country. Not only that, the right to information is another very, very, very important thing which is emerging as a solid opportunity in this country. And a lot of companies are working around this. So a huge opportunity is there in this particular domain of working whereby ICT can play a very, very major role. The only hindrance is what I feel and what many of the people sitting in this room would feel, that the power, the electricity, the bandwidth, the connectivity are the major issues still which we are actually facing across. Thank you so much.